What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Draco Man back with another reaction video. This is to the top 10 most scariest haunted places in America that you don't want to visit. So obviously, right off the bat, I'm not visiting. He's telling me, so I'm gonna listen. It's his video. I'm gonna listen. So we're gonna react to him, man. Let's get straight into it, bro.
Okay, we all know the United States as the land of spacious skies and 50 glorious states to explore, but it also happens to be the land of a million ghost stories.
I want to go to
Every
Vegas.
state has its own spooky spots, and we're not talking about those, spooky mazes where these teenagers come out with chainsaws, they scare the hell out of you. We're not talking about that. We're talking about old mental hospitals, valleys filled by ghosts, cemeteries, historic hotels. No matter what state you're in, you're going to be freaked out by these ghost stories. And let me know in the comment section below, where are you guys from, what state are you from, and what's the scariest ghost story you've heard of? Well, how's it going, guys? I'm your host,
None in my state. I haven't heard of nothing.
Top 10 video. So let's get right into this video.
I would have been
left. The top 10 most haunted places in America that you shouldn't visit. But by saying shouldn't visit, I know a lot of you guys are taking this list and you're probably going to go visit all of them. Well, starting off at number 10, the Shanghai Tunnels in Portland, Oregon. Portland was one of the most dangerous ports in the United States during the early 19th century, and it was the epicenter of Shanghai, a form of human trafficking. It's crazy to think human trafficking still happens today, and tunnels are still the way to do it. According to the local lore, swindlers preyed upon unsuspected men in the local salons, which were often outfitted with trap doors that deposited the victims directly into a network of underground tunnels. These men were supposedly held captive, drugged, and eventually transported to the waterfront, where they were sold to ships as unpaid laborers, aka slaves. Some worked for several years before finding their way back home. The tunnels are said to be haunted by the aggrieved spirits of the captives who died in the dark recesses behind the city. Random facts: the practice
that should look creepy as hell.
Came to be known
that's
as
shit you really scared of. Shit you just don't expect.
Were often headed to East Asia. Number 9, Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The castle-like Eastern State Penitentiary took solitary confinement to a whole new level when it was built in 1829. Prisoners lived alone, exercised alone, and ate alone. When inmates were left in his cell, a guard would cover his head with a hood so he wouldn't be seen. The prison had to abandon its solitary confinement system due to overcrowding from 1913 until it was closed in 1970. Although the forms of punishment did not get any less severe, chaining an inmate's tongue to his wrists, that's just one example. True story. The site's one of most haunted places in America right now. Well, welcome
Wait
to
a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Wait a minute. What the hell did he just say?
New levels when it was built in 1829. Prisoners lived alone, exercised alone, and ate alone. When inmates were left in his cell, a guard would cover his head with a hood so he wouldn't be seen. The prison had to abandon its solitary confinement system due to overcrowding from 1913 until it was closed in 1970. Other forms of punishment did not get any less severe. Chaining an inmate's tongue to his wrists.
Chaining his tongue to his fucking wrist.
The site's one of most haunted places in America right now. Will welcome thousands of visitors every year, both for its museums and annual Terror Behind the Walls celebration, which features 6 haunted attractions within the prison walls for Halloween. When you talking about attraction inside of a prison,
might as well make some bread.
Well, it was reported paranormal happenings have included dismembered laughter, shadowy figures, and pacing of footsteps. Sorry, I thought I was hearing footsteps behind me right now. Okay, I'm pretty freaked out with this one, so let's move on to the next one. So next up, number 8, we have House of the Seven Gables, Salem, Massachusetts. Now, this house did not steal its name from the classic novel. In fact, it inspired the novel itself. Salem is known for its history of the famous witch trials, and that's where Sabrina Spellman lived. But it happens to be the birthplace of Nathaniel Hawthorne, who used this 17th century house as inspiration.
Damn, how many fucking windows is that? Look how many fucking windows. Look at this shit. Nigga, I've never seen a house with this many fucking windows. Look at this little ass window, right? Like, what is this? I've never seen that many windows on one house, and it's probably more in the back.
The House of the Seven Gables. Every October, the house offers spooky tours as well as weekly performances of 2 plays. The Legacy of the Hanging Judge and Spirit of the Gables.
I wonder how many people actually go see that shit.
Town's haunted house. Coming in hot at number 7 on this list, the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park. If you've read or seen The Shining,
I know this
you know
one.
the
Yeah,
feeling of
exactly.
this often snowbound.
I was literally just about to say it was a scary movie based on this story, The Shining.
Hotel.
I've seen it.
It's the location
Fucking
Stephen King
insane.
based his Overlook Hotel upon. It may not look like the film
That shit-
unless you
it
watch the
clicked as soon as he said it.
1990s made-for-TV movie version, which, yeah, I don't think anyone has. I mean, just walking to your room can drain you. So one stiff drink might have you seeing ghosts or a couple kids chanting, "Red rum, red rum." Number 6, we're bringing you Red Onion Saloon, Skagway, Alaska, established in 1898 as a brothel for miners during the Klondike Gold Rush. Alaska's Red Onion Saloon, it had a feature that set it apart from other bordellos. It used dolls to help run its business,
I hate
always
dolls.
a good sign, right?
I hate
Well,
them
every
all.
day 10 dolls will be placed on the bar downstairs,
I hate
each one representing one
them
of the
all.
ladies working in the upstairs room. A customer would choose one of the dolls, at which point it would lay down on the bar to indicate that particular workers were occupied. When the customers came back downstairs, the doll would be returned to her sitting position to let other potential clients know that she was available. Yet the dolls are still on display, and it offers tours of the upstairs rooms, which are preserved as sort of like a mix-shaped brothel museum. As if these dolls were
That shit
creepy
look like
enough,
a
there
lot
were
going
reports
on.
of Lydia, a former madame of a brothel haunting the site, complete with cold spots and lingering spells of perfume, rafting through the walls. For halfway on this list, number 5, we got RMS Queen Mary in Long Beach, California. This retired ocean liner sailed the Atlantic Ocean from 1936 to 1967.
You don't
During
worry
the
about
first
me
3
going, I don't like
years
boats.
at sea, the Queen Mary carried Hollywood celebrities
Never go
like
there.
Elizabeth
I don't like
Taylor.
boats.
Her days as a luxurious ship were short-lived. In 1939, she was stripped of her amenities and began her second life as a gray ghost, a World War II troop ship. At the conclusion of the war, she was
God damn, look how big this motherfucking boat is. Hold on, go back. Look at, God.
a World War II troop
That's a big ass
ship. At the
boat.
conclusion of the
Not
war,
gonna
she
lie.
was restored to her former
It don't look
glory
big right
and
here,
traversed
but-
the Atlantic for nearly 2 more decades. The ship is reportedly haunted by the spirits of those who died aboard, such as the young sailor who was crushed to death by a door in the engine room and a crew member who was murdered in cabin B340. Number 4, Lizzie Borden, bed and
Alright, get it off my
breakfast
screen,
in
bro. Get this
Fall
bitch off my
River.
screen.
So this location came up
Jesus
on nearly
Christ.
every surge on our quest to find this top 10 list for you guys. Well, you've likely heard of the children's
I'm a
rhyme
bitch.
Lizzie Borden took an axe, gave it to her mother 40 whacks. When she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. Well, you can not only visit the scene of that famous
house with all these fucking
1892
windows.
double homicide, you can also sleep
God
at the Bordens'
damn.
home, eat their last meal, Johnny cakes of thick cornmeal pancakes and eggs. Here, though, the 175-year-old property hosts up to 20 overnight guests, in which some of them, for some reason, it's a tradition when he goes to this place, they will actually whip out a Ouija board. I mean, I'm not down for Ouija. That is a real
Why?
situation that can happen, and let alone whipping out a Ouija board in a haunted place.
Why?
Down to number 3 on this list, we have Crescent Hotel, Erica Springs, Arkansas. Since its construction in 1886, the Crescent Hotel has served several purposes: luxury resorts, conservatory for young women, junior college. But the strangest mark on its history came in 1937 when it got a new owner, Norman G. Baker. Baker was a millionaire inventor who decided to pose as a doctor despite having no medical training and turned the hotel into a hospital that can cure cancer. Well, he was eventually found out and he was ran out of town, although reports say
Wow.
that his spirits found its way back to the
Even
site
back then, they
and
was running
found
people that
some
figure out how to cure
otherworldly
cancer.
company
They
too.
running them
The
out.
now
Now they
operating
killing
Crescent
them.
Hotel is said to be haunted by at least 8 ghosts, ranging from a 5-year-old girl to a bearded man wearing Victorian clothing. One ghost is enough for me, never mind 8 of them, and children ghosts I think those are the absolute scariest kind. Number 2 on this list, Heaven's Gate mass suicide site in Rancho, Santa Fe. I mean, when you have the word suicide site, yeah, no thanks. Name was started in 1997 when the world learned it was the home to Heaven's Gate, a cult whose 39 members drank poisoned Kool-Aid as the Hale-Bopp comet passed Earth, believing that aliens behind the comet would
Kool-Aid never
their
killed
souls
us.
to heaven. Yeah, really weird. I'm not making this stuff up. Their bodies were found dressing in black sweatshirts and sweatpants, Nike sneakers, faces covered with purple cloth, and carrying $5.75 in one pocket. A toll of people speculated to catch a ride on the comet. And number 1, we have Trans Allegany Lunatic Asylum, Western West Virginia. This 4-botting asylum began construction in 1858 and opened to patients in 1864. The massive structure was designed by architect Richard Andrews to maximize sunlight and fresh air. It was believed that the building itself would serve as a healing environment. It was designed for 250 people housed and 2,400 patients in crowded conditions. Patients were physically restrained and often given inhumane treatments such as the electroshock
Look at that
therapy
motherfucker,
and
bro. I don't want to get
which was
healed
very
in that.
popular back in
Just
the
let
day.
me die. I
After
don't
more than a
want to
century
stay in there
operation,
overnight.
the facility was forced to close in 1994, which when you think about it wasn't too long ago, within the last 30 years. And it was due to the reforms in mental health and treatment and the deterioration of the building. Hundreds of patients died during the asylum tenure, and scores of guests and ghost hunters have...
I was literally just about to say that. I've seen this place before on Ghost Hunters. I've seen this place. I remember that room, this room right here. I remember this room because they put a ball in the middle of the floor and talked to the little girl, and she moved the ball. I remember.
Tenure.
I know I remember that place.
Guests and ghost hunters have claimed they're seeing shadowy figures roaming around the facility.
But yeah, that's the end of that video. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. If y'all want me to keep doing these top 10, I don't know about the scary ones, but we'll keep the top 10 going. Subscribe to the YouTube, y'all, and I'm out.